Good morning, Hive fans. Welcome to today's live stream. We have one of the round of 16 matches. This one this morning is between HappyKiwi and InDusDus. That's Patrick Berggren from Sweden playing against András Csokás from Hungary. Good morning, R10. Welcome. It's a little early here in the eastern part of the U.S. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Had to get up just a tad earlier than normal to get ready for this morning. But we're glad to have you here. Hopefully it'll be a good match. This is game one between these two players in the round of 16 of the 2022 Hive Online World Championship. Both players are in the lobby. They're about ready to get going. So let me get my view room open. We will turn the lobby off. They have started. Oh, well, one of these days I am going to get it right. Okay, HappyKiwi's playing white, opened with a grasshopper. InDusDus playing black, opened with the pillbug. Both followed with mosquitoes. It's an interesting opening, and if you're following along in the World Championship, excuse me, there were multiple ways to qualify. 32 players were invited to the World Championship. The first part was a round robin with 8 groups of 4 players each. Excuse me, you'll notice the great big word mute comes across when I mute. That way I don't forget to unmute. That is a little bit of a problem. And so there were 32 players invited, 8 groups of 4 each in a round robin. And then the top 2 from each group proceeded on to the knockout rounds. That's where we are now, the round of 16. InDusDus was the winner in Group H, and HappyKiwi finished second in Group C, second to Gandak. And this has been an extremely interesting tournament so far. There are 16 players have made it this far. 4 of us are from the U.S., but other than that, there were 12 other countries represented from all over the world. We've got 2 from south of the equator. We have world champion Quadlibet from Chile, and previous world champion Eucalyx, German by birth and by growing up, but currently living and playing in Australia. And then we have a whole group of Europeans playing as well. So HappyKiwi followed with an ant. and then decided to play a Z queen opening, and elected not to play a buffer opening. Buffer openings are becoming more and more popular. It'll be interesting. Of course, we're all waiting for Joe Schultz's new book, which should be released here very shortly. The Canon of Hive Volume 2, which is about openings. Hope to get that just as soon as it is available. Maybe on my trip later in September to Minneapolis to the Hive Live event, maybe I will be able to see Joe there and get a copy from him personally. So we are up and going. Let me change a little options. We don't need to track the mice. And let's use text in the game log. Of course, InDusDus, that's András, is one of the Hungarian players. A very, very active group in Hungary. Played in last year's World Championship. Patrick from Sweden has been playing since 2017. And there have been a few matches have already gotten underway. Eric from Oregon. Welcome, Eric. Haven't seen you in a while. And he is really, really early there. 3 hours difference between here and there. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for him. Thank you for waking up this morning, this early, to join us. Of course, timing in this match is 20 minutes plus 20 seconds each. 20 seconds added each turn, which seems like a lot. The tournament committee chose those timing rules to hopefully keep the games around an hour to an hour and a half, maximize the probability that players could play 2 games in a setting without having to go extremely long periods like they do in chess. Okay, InDusDus decided to play a queen. Play an ant next to his queen, giving the mosquito ant power. So we will see how Patrick responds to this. He responded immediately by playing the pill bug. And of course, make sure you drop me a note as to who you are and where you're from. We've already had greetings from R10 and Eric. And as quite often you see in these top level games, mosquitoes and ants come into the game quickly. And it's interesting that InDusDus chose the pill bug opening. One of the disadvantages to the pill bug opening is it gets it very close to the white bugs, and it's possibility that the black pill bug may not have a place to warp the queen if that comes out. Welcome to Dmitry, Max Shark from Moscow. So we have half the world covered, all the way from Moscow to the west coast of the U.S. InDusDus moves his mosquito into a harassing mosquito position. Of course, here with the black mosquito getting pill bug power from the white pill bug, black could warp the white queen away from the white pill bug, or warp the white pill bug away from the white queen. Oops, sorry about that. I hit my roller on my mouse. Of course, Max and I were in the same group in the round robin section of the tournament. We were paired up with one another early on, and I won the first 2 games, and then Max came back and won games 3 and game 4 to tie our match. Happily, I proceeded on because of tie breaks, scoring a win and a draw against Chigi. So let's see how HappyKiwi responds to this harassing pill bug. Of course, he does have a couple different options. He could, if he wanted to, warp the white queen away, which is not a really, really good option because it would take the queen away from the pill bug and also leave the mosquito pinned. So HappyKiwi's in a bit of a think here, deciding how to respond to this mosquito attack by InDusDus. The white mosquito could, of course, move away, and the black mosquito would not be able to warp either the queen or the pill bug away. But as soon as the white ant moved, or as soon as a bug spawned in this spot here, then we'd be back into the situation where the harassing mosquito could do its thing. So rather than doing anything else, rather than moving a bug, HappyKiwi plays second ant. And if you recall in my live streams, there is a 2-minute delay, so I may respond to you on the chat room, respond vocally to what I see in the chat room, but you won't hear it for 2 minutes. So is InDusDus going to use the nope, instead of using the harassing pill bug, he spawns a spider. Still threatening, of course, to warp the white queen away. The spider is definitely ambiguous. It can come out and pin that ant, or if that ant moves, it could pin this ant, or it can get warped into an attacking position here, or attack into an attacking position there. So usually an ambiguous spider has 2 options on where to go. This case, because it spawned right next to the mosquito, has multiple options, not just 2. So what do you think? What do you think is HappyKiwi's best move here. Does he trade one ant for another by pinning the black ant with the mosquito and then allowing the black spider to pin one of his ants? If he doesn't move the mosquito, of course, the black pill bug can warp the queen away. Greetings to Danielle from the Netherlands. I hope it's a beautiful summer day there. One nice thing about having these live streams at 7 o'clock in the morning my time, we don't have the threat of thunderstorms quite as badly. Here in the summertime in Florida, we get thunderstorms virtually every afternoon. The last few afternoons, we've had some really, really, really strong thunderstorms. Sometimes interfere with the internet connection and power issues here at the house. But 7 o'clock in the morning, we don't usually get any. So HappyKiwi elected to place a true pin on the only black ant in play. So now InDusDus has the option of pinning the ant, attacking with the spider, or qualifying for the win early by warping the white queen away. Let's see what he's going to do. If I had to venture a guess, I would say he's going to probably warp the queen away. Nope. He brings in a second ant. Setting up a beetle factory to get a black beetle into this spot right here, into this pocket. So how is Patrick going to respond to that? He could shut down the beetle factory and shut down the harassing mosquito by moving the white mosquito to here. And of course, the other thing that InDusDus needs to consider is if the spider moves, then HappyKiwi could warp the mosquito away from that harassing pill bug position. So he did shut down the beetle factory, but InDusDus very quickly brought in a beetle. Going for a qualification for the win early with the beetle. So we've got two of our viewers conversing with one another in the chat room. Danielle and Eric have played recently on BGA. So let's take a quick look. Okay, here we go. We very reasonably quickly. The white ant pins the beetle. And interesting. InDusDus warped the pill bug. I keep hitting my roller. Warped the pill bug, which now gives beetle power to the mosquito. So he is sacrificing control of the outside of the hive. He's got two ants already in play and both of them are pinned. He's sacrificing that in order to possibly get a quick, reasonably quick mosquito atop the hive. So will HappyKiwi defend with a beetle? And that's what he does. He defends with the beetle. Now, if the mosquito climbs up, it can immediately get covered by the white beetle, and that does somewhat slow down the attack. Looks like that InDusDus may be considering qualification for the win by covering the pill bug and not the queen, and that's what he did. Now, of course, the threat is the black spider pinning the white beetle. Will white continue looking for more control by bringing in the final ant? That's a possibility. If the beetle moves forward, then of course the black spider fills a kill spot. So it might be better to leave that beetle in place defending so that the black spider does not have an angle of attack to a kill spot. So I would think the most likely thing to do is to continue with the third ant. And as I mentioned earlier, opening with the pill bug does take a lot of the warping opportunities away from the pill bug, because if the queen gets warped this direction, unless it's warping down into taking the kill shot, it's warping into trouble. Another possibility would be the white beetle. But I think the most likely I think the most likely move for HappyKiwi is going to be bringing in an ant. So Danielle asks, Randy, what is your preferred way of qualifying for the win? I think mine is covering the pill bug. And I will agree with that. That's usually the easiest way to qualify for the win. And of course, the contrast there that Danielle's asking about is, do you qualify by covering the pill bug, or do you qualify by covering the queen? Either one is a qualification for the win. The advantage to covering the pill bug, unless your opponent has a mosquito with pill bug power, that takes away the defensive opportunity from warping something away. And so sure enough, that's what Patrick plays, is he plays the ant in the spot that I would have played it. Now that ant is available if black spawns in a good attacking bug, then the white ant is available to immediately pin it. Now this would be an interesting situation here for InDusDus. What if he spawned a bug making the ring? Threatening with an angle of attack to there. White could break the ring by jumping with the grasshopper, but that would then allow the mosquito to move forward. If he broke the ring by moving the queen would be moving away from the pill bug and could immediately get pinned by the black spider without a pair of defensive bugs. Just an interesting thought. Neither player has played their ladybug yet. That's kind of an interesting situation. Ladybug is quite often a starting bug because of her ability to, or flexibility in all the different places she can move to from inside the hive. And of course, the ladybug is my favorite bug. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Eric gave me a super chat. I appreciated a donation to the channel. I truly appreciate that. So both players are under 10 minutes. Neither one is under threat of time pressure as of right now. And so InDusDus elects to pin the white beetle. Of course, this is a false pin. An elbow pin allows this as a trigger spot so that if this spot gets filled, the white beetle is free to move. So let's take a look at what the options are here. And if you see me looking this direction, this is because this is where my monitor is set up over here with my OBS and my YouTube channel. So the black spider is now also threatening the possibility of pinning the white ant. So is that enough of a threat to force HappyKiwi to move the ant? We will see. Keeping the ant mobile, of course, is a very good defensive situation for white, because that last ant or that second beetle, if either of those come in right now, white has an ant available to pin them. Okay, a white spider comes in looking to do a pin replacement, freeing up the ant. And thank you also, Eric, for the nice comment and your contribution on the super chat. I learned a long time ago that I don't win anywhere near as often as I used to. And of course, I owe that to the fact that everybody's read my book and gotten better from it. Not because we just have a lot better players nowadays. So InDusDus is picking up the spider. Of course, that spider move took some of the impact away from the placing of a grasshopper in making this ring, because now if the white queen moves out, the black spider is not in a position to attack. The white queen could continue moving out if it wanted to. Oh. Well, Eric said my link, I haven't checked it. My link on my description is broken to the Hive lexicon. New publication, new book that I just published. So InDusDus has passed the 5-minute mark, down to 4.5 minutes and counting. HappyKiwi has excellent control over the outside of the hive, getting ready to perform the pen replacement, freeing white ant number 1. If the black spider elects to pen this white ant, it would free the white beetle. It would just be a trade of ants, because if black did this, white did this, and now we have this ant free instead of that one, and the beetle would be free as well. So the mobile white ant is still quite powerful, available to pin virtually anything that black should bring in. Okay, he's looking at the possibility of a beetle there. If he brought a beetle there, and white pinned it, then what would happen if the grasshopper were to move to there? Nope, he instead elected to bring in an ant the final ant. If white pins the ant, that would leave the possibility of a black beetle spawning immediately and not being able to be pinned. If he doesn't pin the ant, then the ant is going to more than likely pin one of the white ants. So continuing with the control game, it would more than likely pin this ant. Then if black brought in the beetle on the next turn, okay, InDusDus is down to about 2.5 minutes. HappyKiwi has passed the 7.5 minute mark, approaching 7 minutes. So let's see what he's considering now. So far, black has been on the attack. White has defended well, has excellent control of the outside of the hive, but black has qualified for the win already. So if HappyKiwi goes ahead and completes his pin replacement, keeping the pin on the beetle, then if black elects to pin one of the ants, the other ant would be free. So I would think that more than likely I think that those are the two most likely moves for white. Going ahead and continuing with the pin replacement, or pinning the newly spawned ant. I need to look for a mouse that doesn't have a roller. I'm so used to using my roller, my index finger just touches the roller, and I think if I were a computer geek, I would a method that I could go into software and shut that roller off. So that's what Patrick did, was the pin replacement, and it immediately, the black ant pins the white ant. Now, of course, what that also does is sets up a trigger point here that if black can get a bug into that spot, then the black beetle 1 would be free. So is there a way to get black to get a bug into that spot? Could do it with a ladybug. If you attempted to do it with a spider here, the white spider could just pin it. You could do it with a ladybug here. So now the question will be is, well, if HappyKiwi takes the spider and goes to here, then a black grasshopper to here would be threatening to free the beetle. So there are some advantages to that spider being in that position. It takes this spot away as a spawn point. So one of the questions you have to ask yourself is, when is HappyKiwi going to begin his attack? Is this game going to go all the way toward the end with white defending? And it looked like for a brief moment there that InDusDus was considering pinning the white ant, which of course that would take some of white's control away, but instead possibly looking at a grasshopper placement. Of course, with the false pin on the white beetle, anything that gets into this kill spot would free the white beetle. Yep, the ladybug comes in, no doubt angling toward filling this spot, freeing the white beetle. So will HappyKiwi continue on his control? If he plays the spider, the ladybug goes to here, the white ant goes to there, then the black ladybug could immediately pin the white ant, and all of a sudden white's control has been minimized. And we've had a move. White elected to pin the ladybug, and almost instantly the second beetle comes in. Now this is interesting as well because the white spider could fill this trigger point, freeing the white beetle. But that would also open up this spot as a grasshopper spawn point. So white could also bring in a beetle. Nope. He elected to fill that trigger spot with a spider. So this white beetle is now defending. So another consideration here, of course, is that black only has 4 bugs in reserve, 3 grasshoppers and a spider. And of course, that black spider is played as a spider intercept because the white spider was threatening to pin the black beetle. Now, I wonder now if with that spider in this kill spot, what happens if a black grasshopper spawns there? Now the queen doesn't have the ability to move away. It would be the grasshopper would be forced to jump. So black played the spider intercept, and HappyKiwi very quickly pinned it, and the black beetle moved forward. Now that's interesting. Why did it move forward rather than, okay, it advanced forward rather than climbed up, so this spot removing this spot as a potential spawn point for the second beetle. InDusDus down to 2 minutes, playing very quickly. So when the white spider, we're going to have to shrink this over here. Down to the nitty-gritty on time. Things are happening very quickly here. HappyKiwi is down to 1.5 minutes. InDusDus is down to under 2.5. So the white ladybug spawned, jumped in to a trigger spot, freeing the defending beetle. The grasshopper has jumped over, freeing the black beetle. Oh. I've missed a bunch here. They've been playing very quickly. Thank you. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. Things were happening very quickly. The black beetle covered, and now the white grasshopper does a pin replacement. Black has 2 bugs atop the hive. So the black beetle covered the white ant to allow this as a direct drop spot. Now the threat is the grasshopper to here, forces the white beetle to move, and then the grasshopper to here allows this grasshopper an angle of attack to there. A lot is going on here with just minutes to go. HappyKiwi has gone under a minute. I can't read that. It is, can't read the yellow print on 13 seconds. So InDusDus has come up with a big attacking plan here. Grasshopper jumps in. white will be forced so white is no doubt aiming to pre-swamp the spider at some point. Okay, instead of so InDusDus is down to less than 2 minutes. This is a critical spot. So the white queen is under the white beetle. The white pill bug is under the black mosquito. And of course the white ant. So it is getting very exciting here at the last instant. InDusDus, they're both under a minute. He attacks with the grasshopper, has no choice but to cover with the black beetle. Moves forward. White's going to have to pre-swamp the spider to here. Now black is threatening to win by warping the beetle in. He hasn't done it yet. He just looked at doing it. Well, this is getting very exciting here at the last instant. He has to cover the pill bug because the pill bug was threatening to warp a bug in. So he pre-swamped the so black is aiming to get a bug to here. Wow, there's a lot going on in these last instants. InDusDus has gained a little bit of time, is up to 1.5 minutes. HappyKiwi is down under a minute. So has HappyKiwi defended? And all of a sudden, HappyKiwi wow, what a game. All of the sudden, with black in the midst of an attack, black forced white to cover the pill bug with a beetle, which qualified for the win. And all of a sudden, white turned from defense to attack, and in a matter of just a moment's notice, went in for the kill. What a game. That was an exciting, exciting end. So it looked there for a moment that InDusDus had a devastating attack, and he did, but HappyKiwi defended excellently. This will be a very, very good one to review. They've both quit the room, so let's go ahead and close this room and open the lobby. So in the lobby, InDusDus says, thanks for the game. We'll continue next time. Have a nice day. You too, I agree. Let's reschedule. My pulse is a bit too much to go up again today. What a game. All of a sudden at the very end, HappyKiwi turned from defense to attack. InDusDus was had taken the setup shot, but didn't have a way to take the kill shot. What a game. Wow. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining again today. And thanks to Eric for dropping me a super chat. I appreciate that. Helping to support the channel. And I'll make sure that I'll check the link out for my book. My new book. Well, I can do it this way. I can turn room 80 off. My new book, The Hive Lexicon, is available on Amazon around the world, so you can check that out. Special price, at least through the end of August. I think it's $5.25 or whatever the equivalent is where you buy it around the world. And yes, it was an intense game. What a game. Congratulations to HappyKiwi for pulling out this victory. So we'll be watching for when their next game is scheduled. There is a game this afternoon scheduled between Quadlabet and Jib. That's world champion Christian Galeas and the Frenchman in the tournament, Jean-Baptiste Chaubet, who is the developer of the Hive for Android app. If you haven't purchased that yet, make sure you get it. When I'm sitting in the doctor's waiting room or sitting somewhere, I don't go out very much anymore, but wherever I'm sitting, typically I'll open that app and play a game or so. The AI in his app is very strong, reflects the ability of him as a Hive player. So again, we'd like to thank everybody for joining today. And of course, there's a link down below. You can buy me a coffee if you'd like to make a small cash contribution. Thanks again to Eric for his contribution today. Would also like to thank my most recent contributor, Benjamin Ingram, 11 years old, one of the next generation of Hive players, joining on the last live stream. So thanks again for everybody for joining me this morning. I'm going to go have some breakfast. I hope you have a great Sunday. Might be live streaming this afternoon. It just depends on how my schedule goes for the rest of the day. So as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.